Yeah, once again, man, very, very well said. Not much more to say about that. He was laid to rest in Brooklyn. A lot of people came out to show their support for that young man, and hopefully his legacy can live on, man. And I think it's dope. We talked about it the other day. I think 50 Cent put out a date too to release his project. We talked about how good that would be, you know, for his family and the seed if he had any, for them to still be able to make, you know, some money, you know, from him passing away. So condolences, man, once again, from the Hip Hop Uncensored podcast. But yeah, man, if you're listening to this episode on YouTube, man, go ahead and smash that like button and make sure you check your screen and check this if you hit the subscribe button. But more importantly, if you hit the subscribe button, make sure that you hit the notification bell and select the option that says get all notifications from this channel that you're watching on now. Sandman, Jay Prince, dog. That's a crazy story today, man. What's your thoughts on that? What went down today with Jay Prince?
Well, he was on IG, and we knew it was coming. And here's the thing, man.
Everybody did, and we did, but
here's the thing. Everybody did, but everybody, and I'm not going to sit here and pat us on the back, but I'm going to pat us on the back a little bit because we called this back when we found out
5 months ago.
With Meg Thee Stallion, I'm about to call her Ann Stallion. Meg Thee Stallion, time with Rock Nation, we said, whoa. And then they had a little bit of a response. Jay Prince said something. Carl Crawford said something. 1501 said something. It was like, wait, what am I smelling? What am I seeing? And now we see the whole situation. And do you mind if I read a little bit of what Jay Prince said, brother?
Hell yeah, why not?
All right, let's hear what Jay Prince said. He said, breaking news alert. Houston, we have a problem. Megan, along with Rock Nation employee, I don't know how to say that young lady's name, Grace Liar, decided to include my name in a lawsuit wrapped around lies and stupidity. We're going to get this shit straight. Now let's deal with the root of this issue. The root is a familiar one for me, coming from a successful independent record label's perspective. We as independent record labels make many sacrifices along with our artists. After we do all the hard work together with artists, it's a known fact that major record labels and established managers attempt to coach the fruits of our labor. One of the first things they do is criticize the deal that raised that artist from the deal. These record labels and managers don't want shit to do with these artists until hard work, risk, sacrifices, and resources have been spent by the little guys. This is the same technique of the culture vultures. Oh, he went there. Oh, God. Whew. I wonder who he's talking about. I didn't allow this to happen to me when New York and LA record labels attempted to take my artists, so they labeled me as malicious for fighting back. I didn't allow it then, so I damn sure, let me get it back. I damn sure ain't going to allow it to happen to 1501 Records or any of the other independent record labels that I'm associated with. For the record, we have no problem with negotiating with Megan, but we do have a problem with dictators. I find it very interesting that Rock Nation would allow their employees to sign an affidavit and statement full of slanderous lies on my methods of doing business when we have partnered together on several occasions. I don't think Jay-Z is aware of this. Only time will tell.
I got it right here. It says, Megan, even though she signed an affidavit, talked down, and lied in court documents on me, I understand how lawyers brainwash artists to milk them of funds in lawsuits that they know they can't win. Megan seems to be a perfect candidate for self-destruction. Any artist in the music industry will testify that a 40% profit share is a great deal, especially for an unestablished artist. Till this day, has never delivered on an album. To end this, I give credit to where credit is due. Megan, along with her mother, who evidently could read, God rest her soul, negotiated a good deal. Jay Prince lights fire to Jay-Z, Rock Nation, and Meg Thee Stallion. We knew this was coming, saying, man, because I asked y'all in pre-production, I'm like, yo, was that even a good split? Because I admit it, I don't know. I don't really know about the music industry. And you said that it was a hell of a split. What do you think about what Jay Prince said, man? It's a mouthful, but what do you think?
It's confirmation to me that we were on to everything that we were on to. It was an opinion at that time. It's a fact to me now. Point blank, period. We seen it coming. We knew it was coming now. We didn't go along the argument of something underhanded was going on, maybe with Rock Nation, some dirty business was going on, but we did raise the question, got some criticism, but raised the question nonetheless because that's how we felt. And now we're getting a check mark on that shit too. Oh, some shady business going on. Oh, well, Meg Thee Stallion alluded to get your own lawyers, get your own legal team. Yeah, that's what Rock Nation was telling them, but who was reading those lawyers, yours or Rock Nation's? that was breaking down these numbers and breaking down this and saying this and saying that and saying this and saying that. Listen, you will. I've been on record. I've been in a slave deal before. I'm usually all for the artist. I'm usually all for independence. But in this situation, when business was done and it was stamped, it seemed like this independent label did this woman right. When you look at a first-time contract, and I talked about it on the last 2 podcasts, first-time contracts are usually you're gonna get right. You know, they don't play no games with that. It is what it is. It's your first-time contract. For you to own 40% of your masters, I walk out of my independent label deal. How much do I own? Absolutely nothing. I wrote, gave my heart and my soul for 6 years. Now I'm paid like 4.
Right.
Nothing. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Business. I can't take nobody's blame for that but myself. It is what it is. This is getting very dirty what's happening though, because now it's in court. You're starting to see little things that she's allowed to drop her album. He's not allowed to stop it. Yeah. You're starting to see things within that contract that are starting to just be walked over, which is very interesting because you usually don't see that, especially for art. No disrespect to Megan Stallion. Well, how is she starting to beat court cases out of here? Who's
that Rock Nation, that Jay-Z connect?
Talk about it.
That's what it's about.
Talk about
at the end of the day. And this is why I was like, yo, he's going straight to the boss. That's why he put in there. I don't know if Jay-Z knows. Like, nigga, you know. Jay-Z, you know what's going on. This is your company. You can't hide behind you don't know what's going on. Rock Nation is your company. You can't hide behind the fact that you signed it over to Desiree Perez. You can't hide behind that fact. So I think that where Jay Prince is coming from, and a lot of people ain't talking about this, the reason why Jay Prince is very mad is because the way that she, you know, painted him out in that lawsuit. She made it seem like he was like an intimidator and tried to flex his muscle. They even wrote to the point where like they could have felt like physically threatened at some point. Like if you ain't do what he say do, things could happen to you.
That's your girl, right? Desiree.
No, I ain't saying her. Not she has nothing to do with it. Okay. She's the CEO, but the Rock Nation employee that he's talking about, right. And Meg Thee Stallion, who put this affidavit, he's saying he lied in court about that. What they lied about was trying to make him, Jay Prince, seem like it's an intimidator or somebody who's, you know, he's known throughout Houston as using these type of things to get things done.
Right.
And that's what they made it seem like. And I think that's one of the things, you know, the business thing is one thing, but that aspect is almost like she cried wolf to try to get the judge to feel pity, you know, for her to, you know, now we see she can put music out now. It's crazy.
Oh God. Would you say that Jay Prince put Jay-Z on the clock, so to speak? To respond to what's going on,
right?
Because now, I mean, obviously,
you think he is though?
Do I think what he's going to respond?
Yeah,
I'm very interested. I don't know if they'll sit back and have a private. I mean, will we know if they had a private phone call and then have a private discussion? Excuse me. Now, who are we to think that there would be any ill feeling toward Jay Prince and Jay-Z for this not to happen? You think Jay-Z, doesn't have ultimate respect for Jay Prince, and vice versa? When we talked about Jay-Z and the NFL agreement, we gave criticism to it. Jay Prince is one of those people that said, let's wait and see. But Jay-Z's an honorable man. He does great things. He was right there on the forefront for Jay-Z. Now this seems like, okay, some things are happening, and you the head of the kingdom. I don't know if you know, but I'm letting you know. And what are we going to do about it? So I'm asking you, do you think, I mean, this has a time limit on it, or how long are we going to watch this go down?
It has a time limit, I think. And, you know, maybe he responds, maybe he doesn't. Maybe we never know about it. Ultimately, I think this is probably going to come down to the courts. I don't think that Jay-Z is going to touch this. I don't think probably won't even talk to him behind the scenes, because another part that he said in here, he said pretty much, he said, this is the same technique the culture vultures. He said, I didn't allow this to happen to him when New York and LA records and labels attempted to take my artist. So this seems like a common theme. When somebody gets hot from a certain area, he's dealt with it. He seemed like these bigger companies try to come in and point something out and ultimately steal them. These are strong arm business tactics that I think we're looking at. And I think that if we didn't know, we found out the other day when we had Brother Kansu come through and really break it down to what's really going on. You know, it's just the person with the bigger pockets, the bigger money, the bigger lawyers is bossing shit around. And they got Meg Thee Stallion 100%, I think, manipulated. Now, at the end of the day, I'll concede to this. It probably is a better opportunity for her to go with Rock Nation because of the opportunity that they got. But if she signed a contract with these people. She said honor the contract with 1501, whatever that contract was. You can't come back and say, oh, I don't know, I didn't know this. No, that's not a reason to get out of a contract. You know what I mean? Say you didn't know, you signed it. God damn it. And so yeah, go ahead.
And they ain't asking her. They don't give a fuck about her leaving. They just want to be compensated for what they did.
Exactly.
They want to be compensated.
Right.
Oh God, Jay-Z okay, listen. This is a man in Jay Prince who has publicly, and didn't have to publicly do it, vouch for Jay-Z. Business aside, you said that he probably in your estimation won't call him, will let this go to court. But let's talk some man shit. As a man, does he deserve in Jay Prince a phone call from Jay-Z? I mean, you talk about you got somebody from your company, Rock Nation.
His company, yeah.
And now one of your artists putting this man in paperwork, claiming slanderous behavior, malicious behavior, basically trying to slander his name. You don't owe him a phone call and a conversation. I thought you don't respect him the same way. What do you think? And what does that say about Jay-Z if he does not give him a phone call? I mean, that shit bothers me.
I mean, it depends on what we're talking about here. Are we talking about just moral businessmen with scruples and shit like that? Are we talking about cutthroat snakes who are trying to get to that bag? I'm taking over by any means necessary. I don't owe him shit. Or are we talking about, all right, these dudes are good men, stand-up men, men of their word, men of honor, men of valor? Are we talking about that? I don't know. You tell me. If we talking about their men of valor and respect, yeah. But if we talking about, fuck it, I'm doing anything to get to the top, hell no, you don't owe no explanation. I took your artist. She wanted to sign with me. Nigga, eat dirt, eat dust. What you gonna do about it? It's gangster shit. That's what look like is going on to me.
Only time will tell. We will see. And that'll be very clearly explained to us and answered for us very soon. There's no doubt about it. And it seems like Meg Thee Stallion, she was on First Take. She's going to Breakfast Club tomorrow. She's hitting the circuit. She's on a press run. She's about to drop that album. So we're going to see some
shit. Checking for it?
No. And that's no disrespect to Meg Thee Stallion. I was never really that she's an incredible talent. She got a great wave. And the people who check for her are going to check for her. She's cool, but that's just not my thing. Right. No disrespect to her. I want to see her win. Just not my. She's
got to strike while the iron's hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that buzz is hot.
Definitely. But I mean,
wish her nothing but the best.
Yeah, definitely wish her nothing but the best, and I hope they will come to a amicable solution with 1500 Entertainment. And I don't know how the hell you could be signing all them labels like that, but that's another story, another day. She sound like 50 fucking different labels.
Yeah, like you said, another story for damn sure, another day.
Yeah, man. But yeah, man, a great show. We definitely appreciate everybody who stuck around and listened to this program, podcast, whatever you want to call it, man. If you're watching this, on Spotify, Apple, whatever you're watching it, man, hit that 5-star rating. If you're watching on YouTube, do not forget to smash that like button. If you get opportunity, make sure you share it with one person, man.